My name is... It's not important. What I am about to reveal violates every non-disclosure agreement I've ever signed. Just know me as a former algorithm engineer for YouTube. You think the videos in your feed are just entertainment. They aren't. While working for YouTube, I discovered 7 specific types of videos that you must never click. They hide in plain sight. They look like normal cooking tutorials, sleep sounds, or kids' animations. But they are not just videos. They are something different. And YouTube doesn't want people to know about them. I am going to tell you exactly how to identify these 7 videos and what happened when I made the mistake of watching them. If you see a video that matches these descriptions, scroll past immediately. Your life depends on it. This is the first video you must avoid. You will find it while scrolling through YouTube late at night. You will see a video with a pure black thumbnail and absolutely no title. It looks like a simple loading error, but look at the upload time. It won't say 10 minutes ago. It will say something like uploaded 4 minutes and 56 seconds from now. It is not an error, it is a live countdown. I found this out on a normal night, alone in my apartment. I saw the black thumbnail, and out of curiosity, I clicked it. The video was exactly 4 minutes and 56 seconds long. The screen was just black. But then, I heard heavy, wet breathing. I took off my earphones. The sound wasn't coming from the video. It was coming from the physical space directly behind my chair. I looked at the reflection in my dark monitor. There was a tall, distorted shadow standing right behind me. As the video's timeline ticked down, second by second, the shadow in the reflection slowly leaned closer to my neck. The length of the video was exactly how much time I had left before it touched me. I didn't wait to see what happened at 0. I smashed the monitor with my coffee mug and ran out of the apartment. Here's the rule. If you see a black thumbnail with a future timestamp, close the app immediately. If you already clicked it and you hear the breathing, do not look behind you. The timestamp is your timer. You have exactly that many minutes to destroy the screen and leave the room. Do not wait for the video to end. This is the second video you must never finish. You will likely encounter it when you use YouTube to fall asleep. You search for 10 hours of rain or a crackling fireplace. The video looks perfectly normal, but if you look closely, there's no channel name attached to it. It is designed to play while you are unconscious. I found this out when I was exhausted after a long shift. I put in my earphones, played a 10-hour rain video, and fell asleep in my bed. I woke up in the middle of the night, completely paralyzed. Sleep paralysis. I couldn't move my arms, and my eyes were squeezed shut. All I could do was listen. The sound of the rain was still playing, but the rhythm was wrong. It was pulsing. Inhale. Exhale. The static of the rain had perfectly synchronized with my own breathing. Then, the rain faded. A voice started whispering directly into my right ear. It wasn't telling a ghost story. It whispered my old passwords, my regrets, the darkest thoughts I had never told anyone. It was trying to shock me. It wanted me to open my eyes and look at the screen. I fought the paralysis with everything I had. I ripped the earphones out without opening my eyes and rolled off the bed. Here's the rule. If you use white noise to sleep, always set a physical sleep timer on your phone so the app shuts down. If you ever wake up in the dark and you realize the sound of the rain or the fire is breathing with you, do not open your eyes. It is standing right next to your bed, waiting for eye contact to finish the connection. Keep your eyes shut tight, cover your ears, and violently force your body to move. Do not look at the screen. This is the third video. It targets the most vulnerable viewers, children. It hides behind a randomly generated, innocent-looking title. Something like Learn Colors with Dancing Friends. But the channel name usually looks like a keyboard smash. It will have hundreds of millions of views, but the comments are completely disabled. The video is unusually long for a simple loop, exactly 33 minutes and 33 seconds. If you look closely at the thumbnail, the brightly colored 3D characters aren't looking at each other. Their eyes are completely pitch black, and they are staring directly at you. Do not let your children watch this. I learned this the hard way. My 4-year-old niece was visiting. Of course I love her, but I had work to do and needed some peace. I gave her my phone and played her this video. She was happy, laughing, and mimicking the dance. I went to the bathroom for just 1 minute. When I came out, the audio had changed. The cheerful, high-pitched electronic voice was still singing, but the words were different. It said, "We had fun, didn't we? Now let's do exactly what I tell you." I thought it was just an interactive game, but then the voice gave the next command. "Pick up the scissors behind you and stab your uncle." My heart pounded. I turned around. My niece was standing right behind me. In one hand, she held my smartphone, the screen still flashing colors. In the other hand, she held a pair of heavy sewing scissors. I locked eyes with her. Her eyes were completely void, empty. Then, the voice came from the smartphone. Not my niece, but that cheerful, high-pitched electronic voice from the video, perfectly synchronized with her dead stare. "Too bad. You caught us." My niece instantly passed out. She woke up 10 minutes later with absolutely no memory of what happened. She just asked to watch the dancing characters again. Here's the rule. Do not trust autoplay on kids' channels. If your child is watching a cheerful video, and they pick up any object, a toy, a book, or a blunt instrument, and look at you with empty eyes, while the video asks them to do something, do not assume it's a game. Take the device away and destroy it immediately. If they memorize the full song, the entity will take over. This is the 4th video. You will know it when you see a 15-second unskippable ad playing before a normal video. There is no product, no company logo, and no website link. It is just grainy, low-resolution POV footage of someone walking down a dark, residential street. The audio is completely silent, except for the heavy sound of footsteps. Do not wait for the ad to finish. I experienced this on a rare night off. I was watching videos on my monitor when the ad played. Just 15 seconds of a dark street. I thought it was a weird indie movie trailer. But then, the ad didn't end. It looped. On the second loop, the camera turned a corner. I froze. I recognized the street sign. I recognized the convenience store. It was my neighborhood. On the third loop, the footage showed the inside of my apartment building. The POV was walking down my exact hallway. On the 4th and final loop, the camera stopped in front of a door. My door, apartment 402. The hand in the video reached out and pressed the physical doorbell on the screen. There was no audio from my computer, but I heard my actual apartment doorbell ring, once echoing through my empty house. It was perfectly synchronized. Here's the rule if you get an unskippable ad with no logo, showing a grainy POV, close the browser immediately. If you recognize any landmark in that footage, a street, a store, your building, software will not save you. You must physically disconnect. Unplug your router, but most importantly, if the doorbell in the video rings and you hear your own real doorbell ring simultaneously, do not open your door. This is the 5th video. It invades the most private section of your account. You will find it hiding at the very bottom of your Watch Later playlist, a video you never added. The title is just null, and the duration is exactly 12 hours long. The thumbnail is a grainy, static shot of a room. Your room. The angle is from the top corner of your ceiling, looking directly down at your empty bed. Do not click play. I found this while cleaning out my account. The thumbnail was my bedroom. Terrified, I clicked play. It was completely silent. Nothing moved. I was sitting on my bed in real life, watching an empty version of my room on my screen. Confused, I grabbed my mouse to see if anything changed later in the video. I clicked the red timeline, skipping roughly halfway through around the 6-hour mark. The frame updated instantly. The closet door in the background was slightly open. Panic took over. I wanted to see the end. I clicked the very end of the timeline, 11 hours and 59 minutes. The screen showed a figure dropping down from the ceiling, directly onto the empty bed. At that exact moment, I felt the mattress physically sink behind me. A freezing breath hit the back of my neck. I slammed the laptop shut, but it was too late. I could still hear it, not from the laptop speakers, from the space directly behind my back. A distinct, wet, dragging sound against my headboard. Here's the rule. If you see a null video showing your room in your watch later list, do not click it. If you did click it, whatever you do not jump the timeline. The red progress bar controls its movement in real time. Fast forwarding the video pulls the entity closer to your present. Turn off the power immediately. Software will not stop it. Software did not stop it for me. It takes 12 hours for it to cross over naturally. Do not speed it up. This is the 6th video. It targets your empathy and physical senses. You will recognize it by its completely normal title, something like How to Dice Onions Perfectly. It usually has millions of views to build your trust. The host's voice is incredibly soothing, like a kind grandmother or a professional chef. But if you pay attention, their face is never clearly in the frame. The camera focuses strictly on their hands and the cutting board. Do not follow their instructions. I experienced this while making dinner late at night. I had my laptop open on the kitchen counter. For the first 3 minutes, everything was completely normal. Wash the vegetables. Sharpen the knife. I was holding my own kitchen knife, ready to cut the onion. Then, the cheerful voice said, "Now, for the most important part of the flavor. We need to season the blade with something fresh." On the screen, the woman didn't touch the onion. She slowly laid her own left hand flat on the cutting board. In that same gentle voice, she said, "Just a small slice from the palm. Don't worry, it's part of the recipe." And she did it. She sliced her own hand, deep and slow. There was no scream, just the heavy sound of the blade hitting the wood. The terrifying part wasn't the video, it was my own left hand. The one holding the onion turned ice cold. Then a sharp, searing pain sliced right across my palm. I dropped my knife. I looked down, but there was no blood. The pain was just incredibly real. On the screen, the woman finally looked up. Her face was just a blurry, static mess. She whispered, "Why did you stop? We aren't finished yet. Here's the rule. If you are following a tutorial and the host starts doing something self-destructive while acting perfectly normal, get out of the kitchen immediately. What happens on the screen is trying to manifest on your body. If you feel that phantom pain, do not check your skin. Do not look for a wound. Drop your tools, step away from the device, and leave the room. If you keep watching until the recipe is done, the meal they are preparing will be you." Video number 7. The warning. This brings us to the final video, the most dangerous one of all. You will know it when you see it. It features a former algorithm engineer warning you about 6 forbidden videos. The duration is exactly as long as the video you are watching right now. It is designed to trick you into listening to all the trigger words needed to sync your device with the entity. You didn't find this video. The algorithm brought it to you. You are now on the algorithm's target list. There is only one way to scramble your tracking data before the video ends. You must disrupt the algorithm's prediction model. Hit the subscribe button right now. Like this video. It is the only way to reset your device ID and prove to the system that you are not a passive target. You have exactly 5 seconds before the video ends. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Subscribe.